This is my Otomat Ryzeal deck list. So, for Otomat Ryzeal, I know it's in a rough state right now because of X being hit to 1, and it lacks a lot of consistency and can't put up as powerful boards. But I've played Otomat Ryzeal for a while now, and this is what I believe could work. We're going to start off with, obviously, the one Bonfire. I don't have enough for 3/7 Tachyon, but 2 works just as well. And then we have the 7th Ascension to get us into our Tachyons. So right there is 4 ways to get in 4 cards that can get us into our main starter, X Ryzeal. Now X is probably the best starter for the deck, but there are other cards like Double Sword that can also get started along with Ice. Now, those are the main Ryzeals, but Node and Star are also quite powerful. And then for our spell or trap cards, we do just have Ryzeal Cross and Ryzeal Plugin. Now that that's out of the way, I'd like to go into the Otomat portion, Automata Pyro, to get any of our Gagagas, Go-Go-Go's, Dododos, or Zubabas. And the main starter for the Otomat engine is Do Warrior, to send our 1 copy of Do Dwarf. With Dwarf out there, you can summon it back and make an easy rank 4. And with that, we have, which will get us, we'll have Zubaba Knight, and then Zubaba Bancho Gagagakot, along with the Gagagaganbara Knight. A very small main deck compared to a lot of decks, but works just as powerful. Alright, so for our extra deck, we have 2 copies of Ryzeal Duo Drive. I feel like 3 might be too much and 1 is too little, especially if you need a backup. So I think 2 is perfect. We also have the 1 Detonator, the main boss monster of this deck. And we have Neurologic Aggregator to send off of X. Neurologic will negate a face-up card on the field, and because you can attach it to Detonator, and when you detach it, it will negate again, as long as it's not in the same turn. We also have 2 more cards for this Ryzeal portion, that being 104 Masquerade for our 7th Tachyon, and Infernal Flame Banshee, which will get us into an X if we need it. It's an easy generic rank 4 that works very well. Now for the Utopic engine, or the Otomat engine, we only have 3 cards. We have Gaga Gaga Girl, Number F0, and then I chose to play Gaga Gaga Magician. Because of Gaga Gaga and Bar Knight, you will need to reveal a Gagaga. But I've run into many issues where I have my single Gaga Gaga Girl on my field. So I have my Gaga Gaga Magician for that extra reveal for the Gambara Knight. And for the other generic rank 4s that I found very helpful were obviously Eclipse Twins and Baguska to stall in case I brick. And then we have Daigusto. Now, Daigusto isn't necessarily the best, but I've always run into problems where I can't recycle much, especially whenever my opponent destroys my cross. So I use Daigusto to recycle my monsters. And then the final card is Light Dragon at Ignister. There have been many games that have come up in my locals where Light Dragon at Ignister has come in clutch to break my opponent's board down. And it usually flies under the radar. Now it's time to go to the main deck portion of our video, and I will show you some of the things I have learned. So if you don't know what the plain Ryzeal combo does, it is very simple. You will just start with X in hand, and X will send the aggregator right there and summon itself. X will then allow you to add a Fire Thunder monster from your deck to your hand, to which you will add Sword. Sword effect in hand will allow you to special summon it due to you having a Ryzeal on your field or in your graveyard. Sword will then add a light pyro, to which you will add Ice Ryzeal. And now that you have Ice Ryzeal in hand, you will overlay into the Ryzeal Duo Drive. Then you will proceed to activate your Duo Drive effect to detach both materials and add 2 spell or trap cards from your deck to your hand with Ryzeal on the name, to which you'll add your Ryzeal Cross and your Ryzeal plugin. And it doesn't have to be spell and trap cards, it can be any Ryzeal card, which means if you have one of the 2 spell cards in hand, you can always get access into either your Node or Star, both of which are very beneficial and I think work very well. Anyway, we will then proceed to activate Cross, and Cross will shuffle back your extra 2 cards, your 2 Ryzeals from your graveyard, and then you'll proceed to draw one. Now with that out of the way, you will activate, you will just not even activate, you will just normal summon your Ice Ryzeal. Ice Ryzeal effect on normal summon allows you to special summon a Ryzeal from your deck. So let's say, first, for example, you draw into Node, summon Star. Draw into a Star, summon Node. But in case you don't draw into either, you will special summon Node. Node Ryzeal will then send the Duo Drive. Actually, we will keep those 2 around, and then we will overlay these 2 for Detonator. Now that Detonator is summoned, you can attach 1 monster from your graveyard to it, to which we will attach the Aggregator. And since Detonator is not once per turn, this is really all you need. You have 1 negate off of Cross, a 2nd negate off of Aggregator, and 3 forms of disruption because Detonator is not once per turn. Now to go to the Otomat engine, which does a lot more for the deck in my opinion. It's just harder to get off. Now for the second combo is just a Dodo Warrior. You will start off by activating it and sending a Dodo monster from your deck to the graveyard. I feel that it is best for Dodo Dwarf, go glove. Therefore, you can special summon it from your graveyard. And since Dodo Warrior is now treated as a level 4 monster, you can now overlay to go into your now Gaga Girl. Then you will activate Gaga Girl and detach Dodo Warrior. The reason I say Dodo Warrior instead of the Dodo Dwarf is because whenever Dodo Warrior is detached as material, you can add a Zubaba from deck to hand. But not only that, Gaga Girl allows you to add Otomat Pyro. So now we have both Otomat Pyro and Zubaba Knight. This is where you will use your normal summon and summon Zubaba Knight. It will then allow you to add a Zubaba monster from deck to your hand and then become that monster's level. We will add the Zubaba Bancho Gaga coat and then special summon it due to us controlling a Gaga or Zubaba monster. Activate the coat to allow us to special summon a Dodo from graveyard, like so. Now we will overlay these 2 and go into the Duo Drive. Duo Drive will now allow you to add the 2 Ryzeals from your deck to your hand, to which I would recommend grabbing Cross and X. After that, you will activate your Otomat Pyro. That way you can get your non-engine and you can get your Gaga and Baronite, as well as another Dodo Warrior. You will then activate Cross I'll just put it up here for now because my camera doesn't cover. You'll activate cross and then activate your X. X will send the aggregator again to summon itself. Now, because you're running, and then you'll activate X in hand to add a Fire Thunder. We will add Sword, and because as you can see, we're running low on space, we will overlay the Duo Drive and the Gaga Girl. Sending that to the graveyard, and summoning number F0 Utopic Future Zexal. Now a 4,000 attack point beat stick to get over an opponent's Liger Dancer, let's say, and it can take your opponent's monster. Now back to the Ryzeal combo. We are going to go Sword Ryzeal, summon itself due to controlling a Ryzeal, and it will add Ice. We will then overlay into Detonator. Detonator will attach the aggregator again. And now you have 3 cards in hand, allowing you to go into more combos off of just one. And with more cards that you have in hand at the start, the more flexible you have and the more you can play through. But this ends with another monster negate, 3 forms of disruption, and a take. And this will become a towers. Plus it is at 4,000 unless it activates its effect. With that, I'm fine with ending the video, but I found this deck very fun to play, and feel free to follow me on Twitch and let me know what your thoughts were on the deck list that I'm providing for you guys, and give me some suggestions on what I should do in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.